Dawn broke over the parched land, casting its pale gold light upon the cracked soil that lay like a tapestry of forgotten tales. Silent testimonies to the earth's struggle under nature's unforgiving rule. The sun began its ascent, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, colors that belied the desperation that weighed heavily in the air. I knelt beside the gnarled roots of a once thriving peach tree. Its branches stretched skyward like twisted specters pleading for mercy, their skeletal fingers seeming to scratch at the heavens for relief. The dusty air hung around me, a constant stifling reminder of the drought's relentless grip, choking the very life from everything it touched. Daily, my fields edged closer to becoming barren wastelands. I ran my fingers across the sharpness of the earth, a tactile reminder of my helplessness against forces much greater than myself. The ground seemed to whisper of an abundant past, now relegated to distant dreams.
Lord of mercy, I whispered my voice, trembling like the leaves, clinging to withered branches. We need rain, the land is thirsty, and so am I. Show me a path through this desolation. The words rose from deep within, an earnest cry from the core of distress. Like a bird finally freed from its cage, the prayer fluttered towards heaven as I stood, dusting the dry soil from my jeans. Comfort still eluded me, as if in response to my plea, a quiet presence lingered, inviting me to listen more deeply. A gentle morning breeze brushed against my skin, a whisper of divine assurance that God was indeed there.
A seed of hope. Days stretched into weeks, and the sky continued to withhold its blessing of rain. Each morning I found myself standing in witness to the decline of my crops. The once proud corn now slumping under the unrelenting gaze of the sun. But there came a morning that felt different, infused with a breeze that carried a seed of hope, brushing against my weary soul. The soft light of dawn painted gold strokes along the horizon, and I paused at the edge of my field, feeling the texture of prayer and the heavy weight of the soil. Stark reminders of all that was at stake. Shepherd of my soul, I prayed, my words flowing like a gentle river carving its path through an unyielding stone, shaped by longing and humility. I've tried with my own hands, my understanding, I surrender to your ways now. What must I do to bring beauty from these ashes?
In the stillness that followed, an answer came, not with thunderous proclamation, but as a gentle impression upon my heart. Prepare the soil as if rain were already coming.
It was an invitation to faith, an act of trust that required action before confirmation, belief before sight, trust in action. With renewed purpose and a heart buoyed by the promise of faith, I gathered my tools and set to work on the earth. My hands reacquainted themselves with the soil, breaking clods and turning it over as if uncovering hidden treasures. The rhythmic scrape of metal against earth formed a symphony of hope. Each spadeful became a prayer, a testament of faith in unseen provision. Neighbors watched from a distance, their heads shaking at what appeared to them as a futile endeavor. Their skeptical glances felt like burning brands, yet their doubt only served to fuel a courage within me, strengthening my resolve. Despite the exhaustion that settled in under the watchful eye of the sun, nothing could dull the spark ignited by that whispered guidance. Each seed I planted was a declaration of expectation, a promise that beauty could rise from the dust. I imagined those seeds as tiny beacons, anchoring my hope in the soil, ready to burst forth at the promise of rain.
That evening, the sky darkened unexpectedly, as if draped with a cloak of hidden promise. A cool breeze swept over the field like a breath of fresh hope. I stood at my home's threshold, eyes lifted to the sky as clouds gathered, their shadows weaving a tapestry of anticipation across the land. And then it began. Rain fell gently at first, like shy whispers, then with a steady beat that pounded life into my heart. The heavens released their grip on the long withheld blessing. I close my eyes, letting the raindrops kiss my face, each one a tiny promise of renewal, a testament to a faith rewarded. In that sacred moment I understood the true beauty wasn't merely the rain that fell, but the transformation within my spirit. Surrender, trust, unwavering hope. The drought had been a teacher, guiding me to listen and to surrender my strength for divine guidance. The rain was indeed a precious gift, but its true value lay in the unseen growth it nurtured. black dye, dawn on the mountain road. Rain fell steadily, a gentle rhythm that mirrored Sarah's uncertainty. Each raindrop echoed unshed tears and unspoken words. As the mountain road stretched ahead, shrouded in mist, the letter in her hand was worn, its paper creased with unsent words meant for her father, a plea for reconciliation yet to find its voice. At dawn, Sarah reached a solitary peak above the clouds. She knelt on the cold stone, the chill grounding her in reality. Amidst rustling leaves and distant bird calls, she whispered a prayer to the Lord of mercy. I'm afraid, she confessed, her voice barely audible over the rain. Father, help me find courage where I feel only doubt. A silence followed, not empty, but full of possibility. The wind whispered through the trees, offering no immediate answer. Yet a subtle warmth began to grow within her, a quiet assurance that her prayer had been heard, ascending to God's listening ear. As morning turned to midday, Sarah descended the mountain, the letter slipping back into her bag. Its time not yet come. Each step down the path was laden with memories of her father. Laughter turned bittersweet, shadows of misunderstandings. Her thoughts swirled the rain, a reminder of tears shed and those yet to fall. The mountain itself seemed to hold her memories, weaving them into the mist. Night fell as she reached the village. The streets glistened with rain, lights reflecting vibrant colors across the pavement. She paused under a street lamp, entranced by droplets twirling in its glow, where fear always halted her journey, just shy of home. In stillness, she felt God's gentle nudge, a soft push against the barrier fear had erected, as if the Lord whispered, let your courage be greater than your fear. In her dim apartment, Sarah knelt once more. A prayer candle flickered gently, its light dancing shadows across the walls. She bowed her head, the unsent letter, a promise near her hand. Holy One, she began, her voice soft yet determined. I need your strength, I've avoided this too long. Help me. This prayer was different, surrender, relinquishment of control. She sought courage to bridge the chasm between her heart and her father's, to spread peace and hope. The rain's lullaby against the window soothed her spirit, its rhythm harmonizing with her whispered words, strengthening her resolve. Resolved, she rose, took a deep breath, and dialed the phone with trembling fingers. Each ring thrummed like a heartbeat until a familiar voice answered, Dad. She breathed steady despite her quiver. Can we talk? honesty, vulnerability, and grace. The mountain road symbolized her journey toward reconciliation, a testament to her courage to step away from fear into love. She finally mailed the letter, its words given life and purpose by the courage God had planted within her. With peace in her heart, Sarah walked the path again, under a clear sky, as if washed clean by the rains. The sun's warmth kissed her face, a gift of renewal, testifying to her embraced journey. Each step forward was a prayer, each breath a benediction of gratitude for the courage found in the rain and the answers whispered by the winds. Lord of all courage, guide our hearts to seek you in fear. Grant us strength to face what we flee. Fill us with peace to share your love. Amen. The silent rain of hope at tide drops gaze. The land lay parched beneath a blazing sun. Its cracked soil a silent testament to months without rain. Once vibrant fields lay brown and still, a desolate quilt draped over the earth. Each step bore despair, the silence of drought replacing the gentle rustle of life. Even the air hung heavy and still. In this barren landscape, Caleb, a resolute farmer, stood alone, silhouetted against twilight. His heart heavy, he gazed at the stubborn sky, its vast expanse, a relentless blue. His hands, calloused from labor, hung at his sides, echoing his fatigue. With a sigh, Caleb knelt in the dust, folding his hands in humility and surrender. Lord of mercy, he whispered, barely above the breeze. The earth is thirsty, and so am I. Show me your grace, O Holy One, for I am at a loss. The wind stirred, rustling brittle corn stalks, and Caleb listened intently, hoping for a sign. Any sign to assure him his cries were heard. Silence mirrored his heart's cry, echoing through empty fields. Desolate but not defeated, he rose, brushing dust from his knees, and turned toward the farmhouse. solace under the weight of unanswered prayers. As he walked, the sky deepened into indigo, a silent witness to his perseverance. The night's vigil, night fell gently over the weary land, stars beckoning with distant promises. Caleb lay awake in his creaking farmhouse, the cooling air whispering through open windows. The walls around him held stories, echoes of laughter and past harvests, now replaced by crickets hum outside. Doubts churned, clouds of fear swirling with unanswered questions. Why have you forsaken us? He silently challenged, but his heart, tender and warm, found no anger, only a plea for understanding. When sleep finally came, it was fitful, dreams mingling with memories of vibrant fields. A vision of rain came, soft and life-giving, awakening the world. It was as if the shepherd whispered promises of renewal, a renewal Caleb longed to embrace. In dreams he walked through vibrant fields, rain a gentle symphony, a promise whispered in rustling leaves. In the early hours Caleb rose, driven by an urging within. The cool air clung to his skin like a friend's embrace, and he found himself drawn to the soil, kneeling among withered crops. He bowed his head, exhausted of his own striving. This prayer was not desperate, but a surrender of faith. Lord, forgive my doubt. I sought answers, but neglected to trust. Hope is not absence of struggle, but strength to endure. Guide me, and I shall follow. As words fell from his lips, peace settled over him like dewdrops on grass. With renewed resolve, Caleb rose, determination etching his weather-beaten face. He would prepare the fields for tomorrow's promise, each step and furrow an act of faith. As the day wore on, clouds thickened on the horizon, their shadows casting promise over the land. Birds sang tentative notes, sensing change by nightfall. A mist began to fall, each droplet a silent prayer fulfilled. Caleb stood in the field, face turned upward, welcoming this blessing. The rain's cadence matched his heart's rhythm, each drop a testament to hope renewed. Though not the deluge he hoped for, it was enough to awaken hardy seeds beneath the earth's crust. His heart swelled with quiet strength, knowing where there was thirst.